Trendsetters, welcome to the final video from my presentation of the 2024 Made Show in Portland, Oregon. Builders from S to Z, or Z if you prefer. Let's get cracking.
Hi, I'm Matt Nelson with Saltair Cycles based in Salt Lake City. Brought a couple bikes. I want to talk about this full year-round commuter slash bike packing rig. It's got a pinion smart shift. It's a drop bar solution, new drop bar solution available in the US only recently with TRP electronic shifting, hydraulic brakes. Bike was designed as a year-round commuter, as I said. Customer is based in Salt Lake City. He works in an ER and he often has late nights coming home in snow. He wanted something more robust. So he came to me interested in a pinion smart shift, but he wanted drop bars, and so we went with this solution. He's done about 4 weeks on it, and that was before we got the racks on. It's got integrated lighting, runs off a sun dynamo. It's basically a rigid mountain bike. It's got boost spacing. It's kind of in commuter mode right now with these tires. The only thing missing is the fenders, but it has full fender mounts. For bike packing, basically it's change the tires over to like a mountain 29 by 2.6, up to 2.6. But one little feature on here that people are probably wondering about is this is actually a battery pack that feeds the smart shift system. And unfortunately, this is the first version. Hopefully in another version, pinion smart shift will have a battery, maybe a seat post solution would be great. But it's a little big. That's my one criticism. It's a little wide compared to other options. And so when you're working in steel, you don't need a huge diameter for a bike like this. Titanium, I guess it might make more sense, but anyway, I don't like the idea of tuning the bike around fitting a battery inside the tube. So this is kind of a temporary solution until they come out with something else. Other bike I brought is, this is actually my personal road bike. I haven't had a dedicated road bike since I stopped racing road in 2015. But I had a lot of nice carbon components from Envy up in Ogden, and I felt like I think I'm ready for a road bike again. So I built this one up, and this is kind of how I like to build my bike. So it's pretty simple. It's got a force access shifter, but it's only run by blips. So I don't have the full SRAM access shifter brake. And then I really like these Grotac equal brakes. They're cable operated, but when you set them upright with their compressionless provided housing or cable housing, it gives you some pretty good stopping power. Plenty of stopping power for riding canyons in Salt Lake City. Website is saltaircycles.com.
Hi, my name is Brad. I'm from Sanitas Cycles. We're in Durango, Colorado. This bike is our style all-road, and we partnered with TRP for the new V-Star group set, and then also with Hunt Wheels classified hubs and Wolf Tooth internal. This bike is optimized around a 700 by 40 tire clearance. We kind of optimized with the chain stays, so drop stays wrapped around give us that 40 clearance. We all offer full custom geometry at no upcharge. So the price you see on the website includes either stock, if you prefer that, or custom geometry. So we do offer internal cable routing and do the front triangle within that price if you desire. One off for the customer. So website sanitasbikes.com.
Hi, I'm Kevin Armstrong. I'm with 6 Mile Bikes, and we're in Nelson, British Columbia, sort of in the mountains, long windy roads, gravel roads, mountain biking, great, rivers running through valleys. So nice place to live and cycle. And I do a mix of custom bicycles, from hardtails to bike packing rigs to road bikes. And what I brought here to Made in Portland this year is my latest road bike. It's actually a personal road bike for myself, and I kind of wanted to go lightweight, and I wanted to use some interesting tubing and retro aesthetics. So it's a mix of Columbus and True Temper tubing with an Easton carbon fork, Zip carbon bars, Dura-Ace 11-speed with the 12-speed, 11-speed crank. It comes in at 16.2 pounds. And it's supposed to be, lightweight, quick and fast and fun. I do all the paint in-house. I have a paint booth, and this is sort of a custom mixed dark blue, almost like a auburn, like a little bit of purple in there, with gold accents. So this is the Jessamine. I named it after my daughter, was born in the fall when I was making it. So this is sort of one of the custom projects I can do. And then over here we have my mountain bike that I recently made. It's for a local cyclist that is a bit of a shredder. So it's slack, head tube, steep seat tube, big tire clearances, big fork. He's gonna go fast and smash hard on it. So pretty excited to see it here in a matte latte color. And it's been really exciting to put this project together.
What's your website?
6milebikes.com. Instagram, it's also 6 Mile Bikes.
Hi, I'm Riley Ogden from Souvenir Cycles in Los Angeles, California. I've been building for a little over a year. I build bikes that I would love to ride, especially for Los Angeles. You have to take the road to get to the mountains, and then you have to take the road back home. So I'm building bikes that are simple but beautiful. Something you're not scared to ride of, but something you're proud of. And something that, you can crash it and you're gonna be all right. You're gonna go home in one piece. This bike specifically is my new all-road, vintage inspired, but I wanted to be able to run modern stuff. I've always loved segmented forks, segmented seat stays. And so this is just my play on some classic forks I love, but making it modern. SouvenirCycles.com. You can find me on Instagram, Souvenir Cycles.
I'm Chris from Squid Bikes. This is our cyclocross bike. We call it the Squid Cross. It's set up single speed. We painted it in one of the styles we call bathroom style. So we built a artificial bathroom to display it in. And this here is from our partner brand Prandus. It's our US-made steel road bike. It's called the Rhombus D. Our original road bike was a rim brake that we called the Rhombus, so we just added the D to denote disc brakes. So we've gotten full internal housing, so it's routed all the way through the frame and then comes out the chainstay here. Using the Rita one-piece other bar, which is pretty nice, and then the new Rolf Prima wheels. And this one here is our gravel bike called the Gravelax, also using the Rita other bar and fully internal routed. It's a little bit steeper, like we wanted like a really racy, aggressive bike, so it's like more like road geometry with 50C tire clearance on the new SRAM Red Explorer Group.
What's your website?
Squidbikes.com and Prandus.com.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Sycip from Sycip Designs out of Santa Rosa, California, and I brought a few bikes to show. This is a new thing for me. I know it's not a gravel bike, but it's a full suspension mountain bike that I did, and it's with my own back end, all steel, 29er. It's a single pivot mountain bike using a bottom bracket as the main pivot bearing.
It's very cool.
And then here we have a e-gravel bike, slash touring gravel bike with a class 3 step Shimano motor that they just came out with for this I guess in this country. I think it's been out in other countries. But this is the one that tops off at 28 miles an hour. So it's actually pretty fun on a road and into gravel riding.
So this is me in Colorado a few weeks ago, and that's my
And here we have a 26-inch BMX cruiser, which is actually an old frame that's been refurbished. But I decided to put a new fork on it, new stem, and very old cantilever brakes that we've had sitting around.
You know, actually, I bought the bike as a project.
What is your website?
Sycip.com, SYCIP.
Hi, Corey Thompson here.
talking about bicycles. We've got a couple of lovely run-the-ner bikes on display. We've got a lot of integrated features, lighting, dynamo lighting, light switch on the handlebars. We've got removable lowrider racks if you want to use it for some light touring or ride to your run-the-ner event maybe. We've got full fenders and mud flaps because we live in the Northwest and it rains a lot. Beautiful powder coating from my friends at Forever Powder Coating. We also have a mountain bike over here. I rediscovered my love of mountain bikes a couple years ago and had to learn about modern mountain bikes. You can see the color choices there for which one this might be. You can come by the booth and vote. Help me decide. This is a steel bike, yes.
What sort of steel do you like to use?
It's always a blend. I'm not too picky about the brand as long as we've got the diameter and wall thickness I want. That said, I use a lot of Reynolds because their distributor takes good care of me. But a fair amount of Columbus too. Columbus has a really nice disc brake fork blade. And we have custom stems on all three of these as well.
Thank you.
You can see more at ThompsonCustomBicycles.com or on my Instagram.
Hello, I'm Ben Coffey from Thompson, debuting our all-new handmade in USA platform of steel bikes. The first one here is our Tomahawk Columbus Zona steel with a Columbus carbon monocoque fork with the everything mounts. Again, handmade in Augusta, Georgia by our good friend Nate Zukas. You can see his logos on the down tube as well. It's kind of homegrown Georgia collaboration. We're doing these at a retail of $29.95 for a frame fork headset. They're available in a handful of colors, color combinations of powder coat and urethane paint. From that, we have the titanium Piedmont. Our Piedmonts are actually Thompson designed but made in Asia. At some point, we will transfer production into the United States as well. But there are a lot of changes coming for that to affect that. So that's going to be a good minute. 325 titanium with a full carbon Columbus fork and headset retails for $29.95.
What's your website?
Website is BikeThompson.com.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tonic Fab. I brought 2 bikes out this year. One of them is a customer bike that is a kind of my traditional adventure type bike that I'm building now. Let's see, this is a spec to his wishes. Takes a 50C tire. He had a little longer back end than I normally do, but everything else is pretty conventional. He's super hyped on it. I got to show it a little dirty. I like that. Internal lighting, Tonic built fork, a Ritchie-inspired double water bottle in the down tube. I'd never done that before.
Kinky.
Little marketing for the shop in which he works at. We love Fat Tire Farm. And yeah, I was just happy to hear that he really liked it. And then over here, I have a little pet project for myself. I have several bikes that go fast and are in a pretty aggressive position. So I rode some bikes that were a little different, and I was inspired by a Cunningham dirt drop and decided to put my own little twist on it. So I had probably made 7 switchblade forks in my years building bikes, never for myself. So I finally made one for me. I set out to make an LD stem look good, which is a tall order, I think, but I think I nailed it according to the opinions yesterday. Primarily just I built a bike for myself that puts me in a different position. I spec'd it with components from brands that I like Astro and the Sine Wave Light. I've been really dying to get my hands on one of those. Shimano drivetrain, because I'm a fan. And I also got wonderful feedback on these Schwalbe tires that they were like cheating at a cross-country race. So I'm excited to see how they do.
Website?
Website, tonicfab.com. You can find me on Instagram at Tonic Fab as well.
Hi, I'm Dave Levy from Sanitas Cycles. We're selling a lot of gravel bikes, and this is an example of one of those that we have built specifically for a customer that uses this for a winter training bike mostly, but built around clearances for gravel road. Features on this bike, it's made with Reynolds double-butted tubing and tapered chain stays and seat stays. Those we use to be able to make lightweight and also a delightful compliant ride. We're featuring the Reynolds 3D printed dropouts, which I really like to work with because they make for accurate alignment on the ends of the frames, and it saves me a bunch of time as far as being able to put the bikes together. This is a little bit more of a retro bike that this customer actually transferred his 11-speed cable group onto it and upgraded to hydraulic disc brakes this time around. Complete bike with mudguards on it, came in just a pip over 16 pounds. So pretty happy with that, especially with an alloy rim, which is pretty crazy. So very fun bike, kind of shows the things that we can do with the material, that using some ovalization in the main tubes. Our top tubes are ovalized flat to be able to make steering stability, ovalized flat at the bottom bracket to increase lateral rigidity for both the down tube and the seat tube. This also increases vertical compliance, makes the frame a little bit more comfortable, especially on bumpy or washboard roads. This is an example of a more of a all-road style, and this was made for a gentleman who's relatively short stature. So we built this up with a 650B wheel set, which allowed us to be able to maintain toe clearance on it, while still giving him a what I would consider a snappy yet neutral geometry. And these bikes are the two examples here are built on a custom basis, so built to customer specifications. So whether your needs are around a geometry that you want a bike to be able to handle or travel in a particular way, or if you have morphologic needs that you need to just fit because you've got a long torso or short arms or whatever, we can help you out with those things. Something else you might find of interest, this is our titanium gravel all-road fork. So a lot of guys out there are looking to be able to find a carbon alternative. So we do these on a production basis with an extremely long steer tube, so they fit in everything. 50 millimeters of offset, 12 mil through axle, flat mount as far as your brake setup, and they are set up with mudguard setups and holes, whether you want to run just a fender or mudguard on it, or if you wanted to put a light on there as well. They're also drilled to be able to allow you to use a dynamo hub. Wires can run inside, big holes inside here to be able to go through and run your wires up, and use the bell of this fork crown to be able to hide your wires. Designed for a 32C tire with a fender, or you can kick some 38s in here, all in this set. And this is a standard production fork for us, which we also offer custom in virtually any dimensions you want. Website is taicycles.com, and you can see pictures, our gallery with our bikes, and also all of the different parts that we fabricate.
Hey, I'm Nick from Velo Orange. We've got our new monster gravel bike here. This is one of the final prototypes that we're going to do, but it is sort of our performance curious event adjacent bike. It's an aluminum alloy frame. We're speccing it with the steel fork, but we've got a tapered head tube if you do want to run a carbon fork. It can fit monster tires. These are 700 by 50, but you can also spec 650B by 2.25. And even with these, you can see 700 by 50 is a pretty conservative estimate. You can cram anything you want in there. It's also got some sliding dropouts. We're one of the first companies ever to do some custom aluminum tooling so that you could have sliding dropouts for that bike. And yeah, it's, like I said, it's a performance curious, really light. A lot of people think that aluminum alloy needs to be stiff, but it doesn't. A lot of those classic sort of 90s bikes that you think of when you come to aluminum, they were made to be stiff. This is made to be supple, and with that steel fork, it really drowns out a lot of the vibration that you might get from the road, along with, you know, huge tires. You're really going to find a really supple ride, a great ride, and it's really fast. I rode it last night, 18 miles, tons of elevation here in Portland, and yeah, it's a really fun and fast bike. I'm going to be riding it in a few events later this year, and it's going to be good.
Website.
Website, it's going to be veloorange.com. We're based out of Baltimore, Maryland, and yeah, we're happy to answer any questions or spec you out with any neo-modern components and bikes and stuff, so check us out.
Hi, I'm Carl. I own Metal Guru, also the brand Vicious Cycles. This year, I'm celebrating my 210th anniversary. I have like a commemorative jersey and logo to match. Measured in dog years, of course, because I'm a dog company, right? So we have a nice bike on display here, showcasing Campy Ekgar and Ritchie Cockpit.
I have a review of this fascinating group set. Tell us about the bike, Carl.
So, using a Columbus Life tube set and a Columbus gravel fork, optimized for 4D tires and the usual flat mount setup. Basically, the tire clearance on the fork and the frame match. Custom sized, and we did a triple berry fade, which is actually like a throwback to some of the older retro Vicious Cycles paint jobs that we've done. So every frame this year produced is going to get the 210th anniversary logo emblem on it.
Website.
metal-guru.com.
I'm Walter Wheatfall with Wheatfall Cycles, and I have a couple of different gravel/road bikes that I brought. One is a 2x specific, and I call it the ASIM-B for both road and gravel. Right now it's got a 700C wheel set, but typically I ride this with a 650B gravel wheel set, and it'll fit up to a 40C tire. And then this bike here, actually I built and really designed for a buddy of mine who wanted a 1x gravel, but with a really native 700C gravel with a lot of clearance. So this is running 45s on it right now, but you can fit up to a 50. And the geometry is only slightly relaxed from the ASIM-B. I kind of got back into drop bar bikes after the gravel thing became more of a craze, because I was a little afraid on the road bike just for a couple of accidents that had happened here and there. So that's kind of what drove it. And living in Santa Cruz, we have a lot of different gravel, Wilder State Park and UCSC. So you can do a really nice gravel ride from your house.
I have some questions concerning the bike though.
Okay.
Twin top tubes.
Yes.
Interesting. Explain that.
So this really started because when I first designed the bike, it was a mountain bike and I had twin top tubes. I loved the design aesthetic. I was a BMXer as a kid and we had BMX bikes that had twin top tubes. But when I first tried to execute a twin top tube in a drop bar style bike, I realized unless I offset the tubes, I would have a really long weld in the middle, and it was not very attractive. And this was kind of a brainstorm in the middle of the night that happened, and then I decided to carry it through to the seat stays, because why not? And it also allowed me to say, hey, let's give more clearance on the brake caliper, and then a little bit less on the drive side. But at the end of the day, I really like the way it looked, so that's kind of what what ultimately made me decide to go that way.
Super unique. Titanium?
Yes, titanium. So 325 tubing. All the down tubes are butted, and then all the smaller tubes are straight gauge. But yeah, so far I've only done tie.
And what's your website, Walter?
The website is Wheatfall Cycles, and then my Instagram is Wheatfall Cycles as well.
Hi, I'm Jeff from Wilde Bikes. We are based in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and this is the lugged earth ship. So this is new for us at Made, and we are batch building these in our Minneapolis workshop, and this is a fully modern gravel bike with a lug tube set. It uses our Wayfinder 1.1/8" carbon fork. Fork fits a 2-1 in it. It's a Chris Bishop Bishop Bikes designed lug set, and it's really cool because it allows for actual modern gravel head tube and seat tube angles. It fits a 45C tire in the rear here, and it uses a really cool Columbus Life tube set that is all actually a tapered top tube and a tapered seat tube. So if you can see the tube getting bigger here to smaller here, really, really, really light, really, really, really supple. And so fully modern gravel bike, but classic lug construction. Yeah, and this we're really excited about. We're unveiling that this weekend. This is the Sugarfoot, and I'm a vintage bike enthusiast. I love classic, timeless styling, and I wanted a bike that was different than my titanium gravel bike. And so this is rim brake, 650B. It fits a 2.2 tire, 1-inch threaded. We built the stem in our workshop, but this is actually very fast, modern gravel geo on this thing because I like a fast, responsive bike. A little bit taller bottom bracket because I'm going to be riding this on trails as well as on pavement and gravel. But super excited about it. We're going to be batch building these as well, and it's a big kind of step forward for us to build something this ornate and lovely. Wildebikes.com.
Yes, welcome to the Wolftooth booth here at MADE 2024. Yes, it is 2024. We're here to show our new Wolftooth premium internal headset for the Envy in-route system. This is one that we kind of teased at the Philly Bike Expo, but now we actually have production. It's going to be available in 7 colors. So we have them in blue, raw silver, purple, black, orange, gold, and red. What's great about this one is it's incredibly lightweight. It's only 116 grams for the upper-lower pairing, and the stack height is also exceptionally low. It's only 15.8 millimeters, which is as low as you can get for any internal EC44 headset for the Envy in-route system. These, like all of our premium headsets, have a lifetime warranty. They have a stainless steel Enduro bearing. And this one here is on a Hoff Cycles gravel race bike, which is also featuring our Aero chainring for SRAM cranks. It has our Morse cage tie with black Cerakote cages. Has a great red drivetrain. This is made by Adam Hoff for Hoff Cycles, and we're super appreciative to have them actually paint match the fork and the cockpit to match the anodizing on our headsets.
Website.
All of our headsets, including the new ones, are available on wolftoothcomponents.com.
There you have it, trendsetters. My video presentation series from MADE 2024 show in Portland, Oregon. Many thanks to the Lady Gravel Cyclist for her photography help, and of course Billy Singford and his crew from the MADE show, which made everything possible you saw in this video, and the builders themselves. As always, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the Gravel Cycles YouTube channel for interesting content such as this. No bull gravel bike reviews, other product reviews, ride experience videos, and general madness from the MADE show, no less. It's man hug time.
Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you.
What the am I doing with my life? It's bloody awesome, actually. We'll see you in the next video.